Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Instagram, welcome to my Instagram page, y'all. So anyway, Malcolm Marie is directed and written by Sam Levinson. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. He's the creator of Euphoria. It stars John David Washington and Zendaya. Now, John David Washington is an American actor and former American football running back. He is most notable for Tenet, BlacKkKlansman, Monsters and Men, Love Beats Rhymes, Devil in a Blue Dress, and Malcolm X. Shorty has been acting since 1992, y'all, and I didn't even know that. But carry on. Zendaya is an American actress and singer. She is best known for Shake It Up Disney series, The Greatest Showman, Spider-Man, and Euphoria. So this film review will be in two parts, maybe a third part, but we'll see. But though this part one will be for relationship and the second part will be in regards to race. I would like to say that this film rested on the shoulders on Zendaya and John. This film reminded me of my days in film school, and I'm not saying that it's not worthy of being a blockbuster film. I'm saying that it is simple filmmaking, and I truly love that. Excellent writing, cinematography, music, and acting. The acting was very good, and I'm surprised by Zendaya because I only watched her in Spider-Man, but I haven't watched Euphoria yet, so don't get mad at me, y'all. But I mean, her acting in this was really good. It was very believable. Other than that, I did notice that, Sam, you did use some music from Love Jones in your film. I peeped this. I peeped that, Sam. Other than that, I had read the reviews from other critics and Black Twitter, and all I gather is that people didn't want to watch a film about a couple arguing and bickering for an hour and 46 minutes. The toxicity. That's all I got. The toxicity. And I get it and I understand, y'all. But to me, Malcolm and Marie is an art, not toxicity. When I had watched the film, I was emotionally exhausted. Some may call it toxicity that I was exhausted from, but I would say the film does a great job of getting their audience emotionally invested into their relationship because it felt real. Hell, by the time I ended, I felt like I was in their relationship and I wanted to know where we were going from this. It's like I had to take one of those cigarette breaks these two were taking throughout the entire film. My nerves are bad in this film, especially when they had put it out on the table of Marie reading Malcolm for who he is and Malcolm reading Marie for who she is while she was in the tub. I was like, nigga, damn. I do love the fact that the film stated that this isn't a love story. They literally said this is not a love story. It is a story about love. I will even admit that I thought that relationships were like Hollywood Disney films when I was younger. And I realized that relationships are not like that. Relationships are not fairy tale. Relationships are hard. You're learning about your partner's flaws, strengths, weaknesses, etc. I would say that I love the fact that this film feels real and you truly do see that these two love one another. I don't know who I will be arguing with at 2 in the morning for an hour and 46 minutes if I don't truly love them. Love can be a beautiful thing, but it can also hurt sometimes. And the film examines Malcolm and Marie's vulnerability. And I love the fact that Sam, the filmmaker, shows that when you truly love someone, your walls come down. You can share your most darkest secrets with the person you love. But the filmmaker shows that sometimes when you share that with your loved one could use it against you to hurt you when your partner is supposed to love and protect you. Overall, the film was executed very well. The music was a good transition in regards to dialogue and change of scenes. And what I mean by the music was a good transition. You could tell by the music when Marie is trying to stay calm and not cut up, because she was cutting up every 15 minutes. Or when her and Malcolm's mind were racing of thoughts. Like there was one scene when Marie was basically saying, why didn't you thank me? And after she walked and left and was done with the conversation, Malcolm was just like eating his mac and cheese. And when he was eating the mac and cheese, I'm like, bruh, you really slamming that mac and cheese. A box of mac and cheese is Kraft. But he was really smashing. And that's when he started to get hit below the belt. And it's like, when he would hit below the belt, he would basically hit below the belt and mention things that happened in her past that happened to her and use it against her. But in regards to the transition of scenes with Malcolm Marie, while he was eating his mac and cheese, he was really thinking about what she was saying, and he was processing his thoughts. And when you hear that, you hear the jazz music in the background racing, like it's moving fast. I think it was just like a saxophone or some type of instrument. But you hear the music speeding up because he's thinking about what she said, and he's thinking about what he should say back. Especially when she was making the mac and cheese as well. And when she's making the mac and cheese, he continuously calls her name Marie, 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 Marie. And she's racing of thoughts of I think she was thinking like, should I say something? Because if I say something, it's going to go completely left and we're going to be arguing again. So it was like the music was a good transition into their thought process and a good transition into the next scene. In regards to their arguments, I wouldn't say that arguing isn't normal, but in a way it is. Just hear me out, y'all. Every relationship is not perfect, and you get to a point in a relationship where you are fed up. One person wants something more than another, or one partner sees something in a different perspective than another. I was getting two different perspectives of their arguments. One could be possibly at their ends and realizing that they are tired of the relationship, and one that just wants to fight for the relationship. Some arguments are just really conversations that need to be had to communicate what you're feeling to your partner. I think the reason why some couples say you just like to argue, they say that because they don't want to communicate their thoughts. In order for a relationship to progress, you have to communicate and comprehend. You have to communicate, listen, and comprehend. And I think that was their problem. No one was listening. And no one was communicating. I think those two were just bottling up how they really felt, and they really wasn't communicating with one another and really listening. Overall, Marie wanted to thank you. And I think she was feeling that Malcolm wasn't seeing her worth. He didn't thank her in his speech in regards to his film. If you're receiving an award or an accolade for the hard work you have done, and you're thanking the little people and the people that supported you, would you have thanked your partner unless you didn't think they did anything in your life to support you? And I believe that also on Malcolm's side, he probably didn't think that Marie valued him or Marie didn't see his worth, because I was just noticing how they were arguing with one another and just shouting, but no one was actually listening to one another, if you get what I mean. But overall, this movie was so intense in the best possible way. It showcased the brutality, honest nuances of a relationship, the passion, their art, their pain, insecurities in past relationships, and how the love they share for one another supersedes everything. And lastly, just there were some scenes that were so funny. It was like throughout the movie, after Malcolm finished saying what he said, Zendaya would like leave it alone. I mean, Marie would just leave it alone, and then she would come back from like round 1, round 2, round 3 for an argument. And saying with Malcolm, he would come back with round 1, round 2, round 3. It was like, who won the round? Some notable quotes was from Marie when she was like, hey, let's just put it all out there, or it's not until you're about to lose someone that you finally pay attention. And I felt that. I'm like, I noticed that when a couples get very comfortable with one another, it's not like they don't have the mindset of like, oh, I could possibly lose my partner. And I think that's what Marie was trying to show to Malcolm, like, you know I love you, and you know I'm not going to leave you. And he knows that too, and that's why he didn't thank her. You guys got to watch the movie because it was a lot. One of my favorite quotes from Malcolm was that he said, I don't like going to bed knowing that you're upset. And I would say that with my partner, like, you know, if there's if I'm upset about something or something I have to tell you, I don't want to go to bed upset, so let's just discuss it now, so we don't have to go to bed upset. Let's see another quote. It was another quote from Marie. She was like, I love you. That is why I would rather not speak on it right now. I was like, okay, I can understand that. So it was like two different perspectives of why they want to talk about something or why they didn't want to talk about something. Another quote from Malcolm that I was like, dang, nigga, damn, was when they were in a tub, and he was basically telling her that my film was basically a representation of my life. It was each girl I was with, and he was telling each girl that he was with and like describing scenes in his film of what reminded him from his past with each relationship he had. And I was like, oh, that hurt. That hurt. And then he comes back and said, you know, you second guess everything I do. That is why you like to argue and you like to feel hurt, Marie. Marie, you like being hurt. And I was like, you know, that's possibly true too. So they were like basically hitting each other with like hard jabs in the film. And this is one clip I saw on Twitter of this girl. I'm gonna show y'all, and it just made my day, because I was like, that's how Marie and Malcolm were acting with each other. Like after they were cool, calm, collected, they would come back with a different round of an argument. But overall, I think you guys should watch the movie. A lot of people say it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I think it's actually good because it can reflect a lot of relationships, and a lot of relationships are not perfect. I think people need to get out of that mindset. But yeah, make sure you share this, bookmark it on Instagram, comment, repost. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jiff. Bye, guys.
Now, because why is it that before I was going to keep it to myself, that actually I think I'm a little bothered now, because why is it that